Cool. We're gonna continue the Ethan versus Hasan debate. I don't know what they're into. I got so tired. I just went to bed, but Ethan versus Hasan debate.
It's obvious.
Did I just say debate?
You tweeted, or you don't tweet, sorry. You Instagram posted about my Theo Von podcast appearance.
Sure did.
My Theo Von podcast appearance where you were like, oh, I can't believe Theo Von didn't actually ask him about his like dangerous anti-Semitism or any number of different things
That was on the
in
bingo.
the conversation, including, I think you talked about Rick Scott. Now, we did actually talk. Theo Von and I did actually talk
Let's
about
pull
Rick
that
Scott.
clip up,
I'm sure you
Hasan.
didn't see that. But hold on. Let me finish. But what I found very strange about that was the fact that Theo Von, and I didn't even know this at the time, the day prior to me, had actually interviewed Candace Owens. I think you and I both agree that Candace Owens is an anti-Semite, right?
I think that he was on that 1-2 punch.
Okay.
What? Bow, bang.
Do you think
You hit him with that
think,
anti-Semitism, boy.
No, Ethan. As
think
your
he was
former
on a
podcast
vibe.
co-host, as your former podcast co-host, do you think that I am anti-Semitic, one, and if you think I am, do you think I'm as anti-Semitic as Candace Owens?
So, yes, I think you're anti-Semitic at this point. I'm comfortable saying that. Are you as anti?
Point.
Well, let me finish.
Let me
let's
finish.
You asked me two questions.
And let's address
No.
what you think I'm doing that's anti-Semitic.
Hold the phone. You asked me two questions together. I'm going to answer both. You said, do you think I'm anti-Semitic? After talking to you so far today, I can say unreservedly yes. I think that you are more anti-Semitic than Candace Owens? No. But I think your form of anti-Semitism is way more destructive and sinister. Candace Owens is outright. Hold on there, Hasan. This is an important question.
You think I'm anti-Semitic now? Because 2
He
days
said
ago,
chill.
I'm gonna answer.
Okay.
Your form of anti-Semitism is way more insidious because it's silent, it's tricky. She's out there just saying what she believes, and I respect her for that. Nick Fuentes is just out there. Nobody knows that what's his stance on Israel. Candace Owens' stance on Israel. But you're tricky. What you do is deny the heritage of Middle Eastern Jews, stuff like that. You accuse them of being always the oppressor. What? Always. Everything. And by the way, you spent the first part of this debate calling me insane for what I think most people would perceive as blatant, obvious anti-Semitic acts.
I don't think most people would look at what you're doing right now and
let's
think
not
that
worry
this
about
is
that.
A sign of mental sanity.
Well, we'll have time to poll the audience afterwards. So let's continue.
Okay. All right. Well, look. Going back to the Theo Von situation, and you said I'm anti-Semitic, right? Yesterday you said, or 2 days ago, in the aftermath of the Sam Cedar conversation, you said I'm not anti-Semitic. So what has changed in that process? Is it this conversation that you and I had?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Got it. All right.
Here's the clip, by the way. You accused me of not. You accused me of not mentioning that Theo Von did not ask you about Rick Scott. Let's go back and watch the clip.
Because, no, I said I didn't say.
Bro, you literally look like the dude from Beetlejuice. That's crazy. The small head guy?
Ethan, I used my words very carefully. I said
the small the small head guy from Beetlejuice, the guy who has this shrunken head. That's so messed up.
Story that you posted. I don't watch your stream that much.
There's no yeah. That's so messed up.
I only
in the
see
waiting room. Bro, that's crazy.
This is the best debate ever.
Do you see the resemblance?
What?
I love this. This is amazing.
You're this guy from Beetlejuice. In this
You're this guy.
photo, you have like the same coat and shit.
Yeah.
That's
you are a comedian.
I sure am, buddy. I see you laughing. All right. Anyway, so you accused me of misrepresenting what happened. Let's play the clip.
Ethan looks like an asshole by bringing that up.
$800 billion Medicare. 100% Ethan looks like an asshole. He's making fun of Hasan's appearance. That's not good, but that was funny.
They want to cut. Mike Johnson
does look like an asshole, but very funny.
goes on stage, says, goes on Caitlin Collins on CNN and says, oh, there's a lot of fraud happening. There's not fraud happening in Medicare and Medicaid on the point of the recipient.
Right.
It's happening on the point of the providers.
Right.
And that's why I got banned recently on Twitch yesterday. Because
Sorry about that one day.
So you just got back.
Yeah, Libs of TikTok was like posting about how I said something.
Wait, what is this?
And they misconstrued it as though it was a call to action to assassinate.
Do I like Hasan? I used to.
A sitting
Wait, why are you
US
showing me
senator.
this?
Well, you're
Like last year. Like the beginning of last year. I used to watch it a lot.
you're saying I didn't bring this
Not really anymore. What was on?
up, but or I'm saying that Theo didn't bring this up. He
Misconstrued.
didn't. You brought it up, framed it in your own way to basically preempt
Good, man. How about yourself?
a tough question.
Ethan.
Yeah.
Is this what was yesterday? I usually keep up with everything like days after it happens. Oh yeah, 14 hours ago, yeah. Dang. I was like, this is the funniest. This is funny. I like this.
Ethan, I said on the Instagram story that you posted about me, Dan, can you switch it back to Ethan?
Don't switch it back, Dan. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
I'm switching it back.
Okay.
1 second.
All right, thanks, Dan.
I know, man.
This looks ridiculous on
It
my
sure
end.
does, buddy.
I'm sorry. Okay. So yeah, this was
And it's not just because of the video.
The post as well, but the post I was referring to was make sure Theo knows how you feel about hosting a terrorist adjacent content creator, and I believe there was another post about it or something.
Is it a terrorist adjacent?
Again,
I said I said he was irresponsible to platform you and not ask you difficult questions.
yeah. So the question I have for you once again is like he had Candace Owens on. Like, do you feel like that's a little bit more damaging in terms of spreading potentially
Oh, we're watching the Hasan Piker and Ethan debate. I forgot his last name. Ethan. I said it yesterday like 7 times. My brain.
anti-Semitic narratives? Or do you think that anti-Semitism is when you feel bad personally, and that could be any number of different things that I've done in any given moment?
Yes, I think you were just as bad as her in your own special way, and that's why.
You
guys were hitting that same flavor.
Candace Owens,
yes,
on anti-Semitism in my own special way.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Very good.
Cool.
Very good. So let me ask you a question. Hasan, can I ask you a question?
Can you now officially not talk about like Frogan or anyone else and tell me why I'm anti-Semitic?
Well, we're kind of getting
2
there.
2 days ago you said I wasn't, but
I
also for a year.
You're repeating yourself.
Well, I am, because you haven't answered this question.
I have literally answered it probably 2 times. The reason that I'm saying you're anti-Semitic is because how you responded to my question at the beginning of this interview.
Ethan, for an entire year, you called me a virulent anti-Semite, a rabid anti-Semite.
Never did.
You did. You did. You went back and forth.
I have actually went back and checked
you on it.
I had said that you spread anti-Semitism and stuff, but I never called you an anti-Semitic. I went back and checked. You're
I was
lying.
just simply spreading anti-Semitism.
Yeah, I mean, it's a difference.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Okay, can I ask you a question?
Is about Habibi, not Sabri.
I think it would be fun, like kind of off topic, but I think it'd be kind of fun to be the production guy and like be switching between the cameras whenever they talk. I don't know why I'm thinking about that, but I think that'll be kind of fun.
You're conceding to the framing? Yeah, we're not conceding to anything. I don't want to even talk about the tier list anymore. Stop it.
Okay. Is he reading chat?
Okay, let me ask my turn.
Is he reading chat?
Do you think it's appropriate to accuse? Do you think it's appropriate to accuse any Jewish person you disagree with of working with the ADL?
No.
Here, for example, is someone using it anti-Semitically.
Saying that Ethan Klein and ADL in unison.
Hasan, let me finish. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy.
Yes, I do. I do think that that's
You're getting ahead of yourself, man.
That's a valid thing to not only speculate, but also I stand on that for sure.
Hasan, I'm getting there. You're getting ahead of yourself, buddy. Here's an example of it being used in an anti-Semitic way. I'm sure you'll agree. Timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you're in the ADL.
What is this?
This is your fan who ran up on me on Rodeo.
Who the fuck is this guy? My fan?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember this.
You remember?
Wait, is this the?
This is the guy that wanted to give you a hug.
Wait. No, this is the guy that you claimed was my fan, right? He was calling me the
I mean, there's a clip of being like, yo, I love this dude. Anyway, who cares if he's your fan or not?
No. Hold on.
No.
You brought this dude up.
It doesn't matter. I'm showing him as an example of you.
It doesn't matter who cares if he's a fan or not.
It does matter. It
Okay,
does
fine.
matter.
He's not a fan. I don't care.
You brought him up. Wait, what do you mean you don't care?
If I brought him up, Hasan.
It's weird because Ethan said he's Hasan's fan just to make Hasan look bad. Yeah, Ethan's going at it, man. He's just like gaslighting. He's doing everything. This is funny. I think Ethan's like making it really funny. He's made it very funny so far. Like,
if I brought him up, let me finish my point.
He's also said some pretty sketchy things. Awesome, but it's very.
He's not a fan of mine. Why did you make it seem like that person was a fan of mine then?
Let me get to there. Okay, you asked me. It's my turn to ask a question. Just because I brought him up doesn't give you the space to interject.
Is it because he rolled up to me and tried to fucking clout farm?
Well,
is that why?
Yes. Okay, thank you very much.
I was very clearly disturbed.
I mean, shoot, if I had tics like that, I'd probably have no hair too.
By his
I'd be nervous about doing everything.
Hasan, I think you know where I'm going, and I think you're scared. Yep,
Ethan, can you answer the question? Why did you falsely claim that this fucking random dude who does not like
that you're his favorite person in the world? What do you mean?
Didn't you?
The only thing, whenever I see Ethan do that, the only thing I can think of is like me being at work and having to talk to people, and I feel like that's how I actually feel. But I try to contain everything and be a normal person.
All right, Hasan, here you go, buddy. Here we go. You wanted it, I've got it.
I love you. Can I give you a hug, bro?
I'm so sorry, bro.
I love you,
bro.
I'm so sorry.
I love you, bro.
I love you, bro.
Yeah, I love you, bro.
You're like my hero, bro.
Like, who are you?
You're the coolest guy in the world, bro.
Wow, how crazy.
You look gay in that.
I'm fucking. Is this another hysterical delusion?
Yes, it is, and I'm gonna explain to you exactly why. Because
wow, dude, I love you. You're the GOAT, bro.
We spent a good deal of our time in the encampment. If you watch the unedited full live stream, we spent a good deal of the entirety of the encampment running away from him because he kept trying to ask me dumbass fucking questions.
Okay, but that's got nothing to do with he's a fan.
Listen, for his own dumbass podcast.
You're derailing this, and I need to.
I'm not derailing it.
You
it's
absolutely
not called derailing. When I'm telling you, I was there, and I'm telling you the situation.
Very good.
You are nefariously making it seem as though this person is a massive fan of mine.
Do I need to play the clip
again? He was
again?
just trying to cloud chase.
I'll play it
again. He
is.
is.
You know, I'm fucked.
You can play that clip again.
Oh my God!
I'll add subtitles.
Can I give you a hug?
Can you play the clip where he openly admits he doesn't know who I am and asks people around? Because that also.
You're my hero, bro. I love you.
You're the coolest guy in the world.
You're the coolest guy in the world.
Hold on, I think I look gay in that one.
I think I look gay in that one.
3, 2,
Ethan.
1.
Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Ethan.
You okay?
If you think he was a
That's so great. How do you even? I could.
fan of mine, why'd you call him a Sneeko fan when you interviewed him?
Because he's both. I mean, surely there's
Like, Ethan came prepared.
crossover.
Oh, there's a crossover.
Do I need to play the video again?
Okay,
I'll do it again. Fuck it.
My producer and my camera op, March. My producer and my camera op, March.
I'm so sweaty, bro.
There.
I'm so sweaty.
This is amazing. Right now.
Because it's like, it's so funny because it is genuinely something that Hasan can't really control. It's like a fan coming up and like saying hey and stuff. It's great how Ethan just makes it this big point. It's amazing. And it does make Hasan look bad. Like, genuinely.
You're my hero, bro.
That's the worst part.
Oh my God.
Or the best part.
Hold on, I think I look gay.
Listen, he might not be a fan, but you can't accuse me of being delusional for saying that.
You are delusional.
Okay, very good. I'm
You are.
delusional. Let me get to my point, please.
I mean,
so I'm not even asking you to endorse this guy. I'm just simply showing you.
I don't endorse him.
I know you
and
don't.
He's not a fan of mine. So why did you claim that he was a fan of mine?
To make you look bad.
Play it again. I mean, I feel like we're running in circles, but I'll play the clip again.
Palestinian encampment? That's why? That's all it takes for you?
No, it was when he said, "You're the GOAT. You're my hero. I love you."
He didn't know who I was. He was just saying that so he could fucking ask for
He
an
literally
interview for his
recognized
podcast,
you.
for his PUA podcast.
Okay, who cares? I don't care. So let me
Wait,
move
now
on.
you don't
Do you
care.
want to talk about this
It
for
seems
2
like
hours, or do you want to actually have a
seems like
conversation?
this is a wait. Well, hold on. You can't just say you don't care all of a sudden when you look like a fucking asshole for falsely
Now he's
claiming
getting
that
mad.
some random
Okay,
person
here we
who
go.
stalked you is a fan of mine. You
and I
said
heard
he
you
was
talk
a
about-
fan of mine in. I believe in
Okay,
your
I
one
lied.
of your videos.
I lied
you
about
said he
him
was
being a
a fan
fan.
of mine, and I was sending harassment
I
your
concede.
way.
Yes, very
Don't
good.
you think that's a big point of contention? Don't you feel like
I
this is a
concede.
big point of contention?
I concede. I want to show you an example
Do
of.
you see my side of this though?
I think
Because like
no,
a
you're being dishonest.
a random Sneeko fan comes up to me,
A random Hasan
wants the
fan
clout
comes up
chase,
to you.
and you, wants the clout chase, and you turn around and you say that he is a fan of mine to prove a point, to make a false point to imply that I'm sending people to harass you.
That's
Do you
not what I
feel like
implied.
that's appropriate?
That's a total lie. I have never accused you of anything of the sort. That is an
So
outright, horrific.
You did not imply that this
bad
person that was a
faith
fan
lie.
of mine
Yes,
was
I did.
actually harassing you.
Yes. When is it, now, that's a big logical leap, Hasan, from he's a fan of yours to you're sending people to harass me. That's fucking insane. And by the way, I mean,
did
you
he not
are
harass
a
you?
liar. You know that, right?
Did he not harass you?
Bro, what are you talking about? Did you
Did he not
send
harass
him?
you?
Did you send him to harass me? No.
You are a liar.
Did he
You know
harass
that,
you,
right?
and
Yes.
You imply in your
Okay, who
video
cares?
that he was a fan
Oh,
of
God.
mine.
Go ahead. When you're
leading
done,
the
go.
audience to believe,
I'll wait.
leading the audience to believe. Here, we have
Bro,
a
we
clip,
haven't
by the way,
even
Dan, if
gotten
you wanna
into the
play
good shit yet.
This supposed
You
fan
know
of
this,
mine,
right?
Since you
Y'all
guys
know
are
this.
playing clips over
By
there.
the way, this
you
was
can
a
probably
while.
It's like this is just them kind of like just talking shit to each other. Like, they haven't even got into any issues.
So he
It's
turned on you
timestamp.
when he saw that you support trans rights. I know. He spoke ill of you.
No.
It's like a real political debate, except they're actually going to talk about issues instead of not.
No. Even before he
Bro,
actually
who cares?
meets
I'm not
me-
even mad. I don't care about
It's
this guy.
better? Oh, yeah.
No,
I guarantee you it's going to get
seemingly
better.
you care enough about it that
I'm
you
just-
brought him up here and you used him.
You didn't
in
even
the
let me
past.
explain why I'm showing
You
it.
used him in the past to act like I was sending
Bro,
hate
you're
your way.
terrified because you know where this is going.
I have no idea where this is going. This has been a journey.
Well, how about you let me fucking speak, and then we can figure out. We can take
Okay,
the
all
journey
right,
together.
let's
Let's go.
Play this clip,
Let's go
though?
on a journey.
So this clip
Take
is
us on
just
an
an
adventure.
example. Not that you're endorsing him. Not that he's a fan.
Can you play? Dan, I send you a clip.
I passed it along. It's out of my hands.
It's the
I'll play it,
first
I'll play it.
introduction of this
Yeah,
character onto the stream where he's like, "Who's this guy?"
I'll play it. Yeah.
Pothead or pot man. Is that it? Hey.
I could be on. Are you guys doing interviews? I'm Palestinian. I know I look Jewish. I'm
He doesn't.
Palestinian.
No, we're just streaming.
Israeli. I look like Israeli.
We're just the guy. Normally the answer would be yes, but he's busy right now.
What are you guys doing?
You're not there.
We're just streaming.
Live stream.
Oh, live streaming?
Yeah.
Dude.
You're not even in this clip, bro. What are you talking about? You're not even
No,
present.
later.
You're out.
What?
You're out playing with swastika swords or
Yeah.
something. You're not even in this clip.
Dude, why?
Guys.
Chat. I think he's showing it on his side. You're not
played
seeing the
it.
clip. Yes. Yeah. He's
It's
he's showing the
really.
clip.
Okay.
That is
Can I-
that
bro,
is the first introduction of this character onto the broadcast, and he doesn't know who the fuck
Right.
I am. He just sees cameras and goes, "Oh, I would like to do interviews with this person who is famous." It seems that was the whole point.
It does
The
seem
reason why
like
I showed you
Hasan
that
is right about
because
this.
He was never a fucking fan. And then when he saw the full extent of my viewpoints, he
Yeah.
started calling me the F slur. He's a Sneeko fan.
Hasan, in that clip, he doesn't see you. You're
Mm-hmm.
not there.
Ethan, he is a clout chaser and not
Fine,
a
bro.
fan.
I don't care. Who cares? Let me ask you a question.
I do care because
Okay, very good.
I do care because you have made an inference.
Oh my
that is
God, dude.
erroneous.
You are dragging
made
your
an
feet on this
inference that
topic,
is-
bro. It's getting ridiculous.
This is why I
Can
don't
we
do
You've made an
please move
inference
on?
that is ridiculous.
This clip you sent
and
didn't prove
also
me wrong
false.
at
This is
all.
why I don't do it.
You're not there.
This
And you
is
were
right.
never there, Hasan. Okay, let's continue, please.
All right, yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so this is an example of someone who I think is anti-Semitic. You probably agree with me on that, but I don't want to put words in your mouth. He's not a fan of
Yeah, I
yours.
think no.
He's-
I think that guy.
Yeah.
that- I mean, from what I've seen,
Yeah.
Looks
from what I've seen,
anti-Semitic,
any
yeah.
number of different things I've seen from that dude, I think he's like a right-wing dating coach or something.
Yeah, he is dating money
I-
101, baby.
I don't know.
Like and
Yeah.
sub. All right, so here he is using the ADL. He accuses me of being in the ADL, and I'll play it. Operation.
Okay.
I don't know, but I heard you survived it, and I heard you survived the Holocaust.
That timeline on that doesn't make a lot of sense.
I heard you're in the ADL, bro.
The ADL? No, I'm not. All right, so he says, I heard you're in the ADL, bro, which, like, obviously is,
Okay.
you know, I perceive that as anti-Semitic.
I don't think you're in the ADL, Ethan, if that's what you're going to say.
Well, you said, and I'll quote a tweet that you made. Okay.
Yeah.
Here we
go ahead. You said, I'll quote, he worked with the ADL to make Zionists a protected class on Twitch. Now, that is an outright lie.
I don't think it's an outright lie.
I worked with the
you took
ADL.
credit over it, didn't you?
Sorry. I worked with the ADL. What does that mean?
Yeah, as in like worked alongside. I don't think you're in the ADL.
Oh, that's what you meant when you said I worked with the ADL. I worked beside them, just incidentally together. You didn't mean that I worked with them privately to get people banned. Of course not.
No, I do think that.
Didn't you say you choose your words very carefully?
You alongside the ADL.
You just told me briefly ago. You choose your words very carefully, Hasan.
It's pretty obvious that Hasan is implying that he worked with the ADL.
Okay, we're walking that back. Sometimes I speak out of my mouth when I say you work with the ADL.
So.
Here you are again repeating the lie with Steiny on video. Go ahead. You had time
Constantly
to.
come after me.
Oh my God!
When his knows I'm not anti-Semitic and making these inferences that I am, and like partnering with like the ADL and
Partnering with the ADL. You want to unpack that one there, buddy?
Yeah. Again, partnering with the ADL. That is precisely what took place.
I have never spoken to the ADL, so what does that mean?
I'm not saying you directed the ADL
Do you know
to take
how
action.
silly you
Well, actually, you
look?
know what? I am kind of saying that. I am implying that
How do
you
you
directed the
defend
ADL to
this?
take action.
Well,
How
that's
do you
right.
defend this?
That's a
You are
defamatory
just
claim that has zero.
You can't defend that. You can't.
Like, yeah, I made it
Sounds
up.
a little Jewish
If I
conspiratorial.
thought that you worked for the ADL,
He literally said partnered with ADL.
You
Wait,
can't.
I
This
have
is
not spoken to the ADL.
Oh my God!
I would have said you worked for the ADL. Now, what's interesting to me, of course, about
Hasan,
this is that
I
you
do
have
not
taken
work with the
credit
ADL.
for these bans.
Hasan, I do not work with the ADL.
You were a part of the mass smear campaign.
That is
with
not
your
working with the
YouTube
ADL. Would you
videos
say that
falsely
I got
claimed
nothing to do with
that
the
this-
ADL? Blame Frogan for doing a racist fucking panel at TwitchCon that became a viral
That
story,
wasn't a
independent of
racist
me.
panel, Ethan.
It
Just
was.
like cracker is not an anti-white term.
Okay,
It is.
Except
I haven't heard that one before. I've never heard that one before. That it's not? Did he say it's not?
public pressure clearly
It
works on
absolutely
Twitch,
is.
and they
It
make
absolutely is.
bans.
It's on Urban
when
Dictionary.
They don't want people coming after them.
Here's
Twitch
Frogan
has
repeating the
aimed
same lie that you
capitulated
heard
to
from
public
you.
pressure
I
on
feel like
numerous
you have this with the
instances.
last
This is
year
what
and
she
a half
learned from
done
you.
everything in your power to push people to bully and harass me, including weaponizing propaganda organizations such as the ADL to get me banned off Twitch because I made a
So
joke.
she said I weaponized the ADL. You said I partnered with the ADL. You said I worked with the
Weaponizing,
ADL. But you didn't
partnered.
mean that I spoke to
Yes.
them. You just meant that we were magically skipping along and happened to just, without even seeing each other, just working together in perfect harmony and love. And by the way, I'm pretty sure you're implying that I worked directly with them on this.
Who would think that based off of
No,
Hassan's
I don't
language
think
well,
that
you
Ethan
doubled
worked
down on
directly
it.
with
You
the
said
ADL?
that you do believe that, and
Who
I just
would
want to let
think
you know
that?
that is a
No, I don't think you
that is
directly
a
work with them. I think your goals are aligned on this.
Everyone.
Yes. And
But then
you're
everyone.
for Mr.
It's
Precise
obvious.
words, say that. Don't
It's
say you're
fucking
partnered with
obvious.
the ADL. Do you understand? You said partnered with the ADL. Me, a Jewish man, you accuse, without any evidence at all, of being partnered with the ADL.
Yes.
Ethan,
You're now
you
trying to
admitted
rewrite
you-
history and
you
say, I
admitted
said
that
you were
got the
working
streamers banned.
besides
You
them.
took
You
ownership
are a
over it.
liar.
What are you talking
Christ.
You
about?
are a virulent fucking liar.
Ethan, did you or did you not take ownership over the bans?
I think, yeah, I might have.
Hassan implies it for sure. It's unequivocal.
Does that mean that I'm working with the ADL?
Ethan?
Hey, Hasan, can I ask you a question? Are you working with the Neo-Nazi Party of America? Because they're also anti-Zionist. No, seriously. Are you working with the Neo-Nazi group of America who's also anti-Zionist?
Oh,
do you work with
my
them?
God.
Are you affiliated with them? Are you
Oh,
partnered?
no.
Are you partnered with neo-Nazis? Or do you guys happen to have the same
I
and
have
are
a
completely
question. Here we go.
Here's a parallel for you. Have I taken credit for
Jesus, man.
a neo-Nazi anti-Semitic incident that took place? Because if the answer is yes, if neo-Nazis actually engaged in an action, neo-Nazis actually, not like your fucking hallucinations, something that we all agree, like neo-Nazis did an anti-Semitic incident and I took credit for it and I said, this is awesome. I'm glad that it happened. I made numerous videos.
What about the interview with the terrorist?
Yes,
I was on the tier list, bro.
in saying that.
It was literally targeting me. I was on the tier list. Why wouldn't I respond?
Ethan,
I don't have to be a member of ADL to respond to someone harassing me. Are you fucking
to my words,
dumb?
Please listen to my words.
I'm trying, but it's just fucking lies and filth and like empty air.
From your perspective, my association as a 10-year fighter of anti-Semitism, my association from your perspective with anti-Semitism is like something that is so laughable that I don't even know how to describe. Like you're like, oh, it's a swastika sword, but then you admit that it's not a swastika sword. That's how loose this association is. But on the other hand, I can't say that you have worked alongside
That's not what you said.
In getting
you said I'm partnered with
and partnered
with. You are lying. You are rewriting. You are not taking accountability. You said I'm partnered with the ADL.
He did.
Do you?
Oh. Definitely said partnered though. That yeah.
Accountability for your
There's no question.
Do you think that the normal, reasonable person watching that will infer that we were just coincidentally working the same, or that I was working directly with them?
What do you think?
What do you think the average person would conclude from saying I'm partnered with the ADL?
What do you think a normal, reasonable person would infer when they?
That'd be like, I feel like that would be like if I'd be like, yeah, I'm partnered with Starbucks. I'd be like, yeah, guys, I'm partnered with Starbucks, and then I have like a Starbucks cup or something. But they didn't. I just went to Starbucks and like bought it.
Hear you,
bro. You are
Ethan
literally
Klein,
gaslighting me. It's so obvious what you meant.
Demanding the bans of Twitch streamers.
Like obviously, I would be inferring that I would be like working with Starbucks, and I wouldn't be.
And then after
everybody
they are
agreed.
banned,
that's why they were
say,
happy.
I'm glad that they got banned.
Yo, what up, Slim? We're just doing nature and crafting today.
I take credit for it.
Yeah,
what would a normal, reasonable
Huge
person
W.
I was on the tier list, dude.
Get them off.
I was responding to them. It wasn't like a fucking like. It wasn't like I went out of my way to get them banned. I responded to them. I was on the tier list. There's been 3 instances, I think, of, in my opinion, very credible accusations of anti-Semitism. You've accused me of hallucinating all 3 now, which is very convenient.
No,
and also,
they're not credible. We are not in agreement. These are not credible allegations of anti-Semitism. These are hysterical hallucinations of a person who desperately wants all of his critics to be anti-Semites so he can feel comfortable in the unique position that he has created for himself.
I'm so glad.
The sword, I think, is pretty weak, but the other ones make sense.
I'm glad you. Yes.
So you think that you think a reasonable person would hear you say he's partnered with the ADL? And not think that I was working directly with them?
I think a reasonable person will hear your own words and think that you probably worked directly inside of the ADL.
Have I ever mentioned the ADL?
And it's an obvious yes. It's an obvious fucking yes.
Did I ever mention the ADL, Hasan? Answer the question.
It doesn't matter. You took credit for the ban that the ADL pressured.
Do I ever mention the ADL in my entire fucking career? Actually, I mentioned them once, but I didn't even know what they were, frankly, if you have the thing. Did I ever?
Yeah, it's a clip where you are saying, I did that shit. I'll fucking take credit for it. You know who did that shit? The ADL did. You are taking credit for something that the ADL did.
The sponsors
I'm not even making that inference.
Well,
You're
they
saying,
attacked me.
Which one do you think? What do you think the average person would think in this?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make my next video is gonna be like 500,000 nature runes, or maybe a million. I don't know, depending on how long it takes to get them. I feel like I would get like a few million by the time I got 99. But I think I might go for like 500,000 or a million, and then go to Guardians of the Rift. And no, I don't really play. I don't play Iron Man at all. All my friends do though. I used to watch both of them too. Like I used to watch Hasan a few years ago. I used to like Hasan. And then like over time it kind of like changed. He got a little weird. I never really watched Ethan, but I did every now and again.
Situation when you are saying that you did that shit, and it's the ADL's pressure that caused these people to be banned for such
I
a
was being
ridiculous,
silly. I don't care.
stupid,
Listen,
not anti-Semitic thing
listen.
at all.
They should have 100%
I was
been
being
banned.
silly.
It was
They
absolutely
attacked me. I
racially
responded. Do I
motivated.
know? Do I know who?
Undeniably.
Yeah.
Oh, my bad. Okay. Well, all right. I guess we can move
Such
on.
a lie.
I think
Now
I got
you're
them
being silly.
banned. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I remember you.
You know, I think that
Yeah, you got a Jewish content creator alongside
keep
multiple Arab
forgetting.
content creators
I keep forgetting Pure Essence.
banned off the platform for 30 days.
There's a
because you
reason they
cried
call him
about it, and then
token,
the
my
ADL
friend.
actually reacted.
you spend time
because
being
they
a
saw it as
token,
great
you're gonna get
opportunity.
spent.
But it was just silly. You know, fuck them.
You want to
right?
cash in on
Silly.
your Jewish friends anymore? Or can we move on?
Am I what?
Would you like to cash in on your Jewish friends more, or can we move on?
I can't
Cash
believe this
in
is
on
so
my
good.
Jewish friends.
That's
Oh
right.
my fucking god.
Do you know any Jewish people that aren't anti-Zionists?
Yes.
Who?
I'm not going to
Who?
review. I don't want to. They're normies.
Okay.
I don't want to dox
yeah,
them.
you're lying. You're
No, I'm
surrounded.
not.
Yes,
I'm
you
not
are.
lying.
You're absolutely lying.
Dog, I live in West Hollywood. You think I'm not around Zionist Jews? What are you talking about?
Do you pass Jews on the street? Yes. Are you friends with?
No, I'm friends. Yes, I
Very good.
am.
I don't believe
And
you.
they've treated me with much more dignity than you have, as a matter of
Well,
fact.
yeah, because they're not on the
Surprisingly enough. We
receiving
can have
end
a
of
more
an
normal
insane fucking
conversation.
harassment
I can have a more normal
campaign. Why would
conversation
they?
with
Why
them
wouldn't they?
than you, seemingly.
All right, so you think that
They would most likely
just to
laugh
recap
at all of this.
just to
they're
recap here,
watching.
so we can move on. I mean, did the random Zionist Jews that are treated you so kindly, did they have CPS show up to their house or skulls sent to their house?
Uh-oh.
Ethan, I didn't do that.
Ethan.
I didn't say you did that.
I don't know why you're bringing that up.
I know you
But
don't,
it-
but
that
you're
has
acting
nothing to do with me.
Part
I'm
of
not
your
in
shtick,
support of
Hasan, is
that.
acting obtuse when you're caught in the corner.
Okay. Wait, all right. You've dominated the conversation so far. I think we should get back to some stuff that
I agree. Let's just summarize.
No. Look, can we just get back?
Yeah, I agree. Let's just summarize. Oh no.
very
Because
quick.
like you
I
see
just
the
want to put a cap
genocide.
on this. Just a cap.
And making these
You're doing the
inferences
thing
that
that
I
I'm
am,
so
and, like,
critical of you on.
partnering
okay?
with like the ADL and
You says so. Just to put a cap on this, and we'll move on. You said I am quote partnered with the ADL.
That's what he
which you
said.
now claim was just a was. You didn't mean that I was working with them. You mean that we had the same goal. Okay, very good. We'll see how that plays. Go ahead. What's your question?
Okay.
It's obvious. Hasan does this all the time. Where he'll like massively hyperbole
It's interesting
exaggerate
because you're
things.
currently
Does it
doing the thing
constantly.
that I'm criticizing you on, where you are looking at a situation that you recognize is a genocide, and your only consideration and your only concern
That's not my only concern. I
revolves
care about
around-
multiple things, my friend.
revolves. Yes, you can, but these are really stupid things to care about.
I mean,
Ethan.
that's easy for
And
you to say. You're the one being accused of it. Let's just let's ask the accused how serious their crime is. Fucking brilliant.
Ethan.
O.J. Simpson, do you think that this is a serious court
Do you
case?
think that
No, I don't. Well,
Sabra
fucking
Hummus's
there it
shit
is. Let's
tier-
let him free.
You think that the Sabra Hummus's shit tier is akin to O.J. Simpson killing someone?
No, obviously not. You're being obtuse
Then why
again.
are you bringing up stupid fucking
Because you're accused. You
parallels?
are saying that the accused, right, can
I think it was a good example.
dictate how serious the
It made me understand.
accusations are.
Okay. All right. Ethan.
I'm
you
partnered
have
with
in
the ADL.
past-
Remember what you
have
said.
in the past talked about your pro-Palestinian bona fides. You have
What do you mean
talked
bona
about how you
fides?
gave
Can you-
my fundraiser. What?
Sorry, what do you mean by bona fides?
Like you've claimed that you are a stalwart ally of the Palestinian cause.
Correct.
You tried to also say this to Sam Cedar as well. You brought forward the fact that you had given $6,500 in your context puke that you did as a further indication that you are pro-Palestinian. Even though you then turned around and actually criticized additional fundraisers that had taken place, like the Creators for Palestine charity that generated $1.3 million, including the fundraiser that you initially had given $6,500 to, as a reason for why you were such a staunch ally, why did you turn around and say that pro-Palestinian fundraisers are actually completely irrelevant in the grand scheme of things and completely useless? Do you think that pro-Palestinian charities are simply there to make yourself feel like you're pro-Palestine? Do you feel like $6,500 was enough for you to spend the rest of the year actively deplatforming pro-Palestinian content creators?
I'll answer your question. So I claimed when talking about, now, by the way, this is something I criticize you for, which is
being pro-Palestine doesn't absolve you from bad behavior in other regards.
Being obtuse, mischaracterizing arguments, and basically just being a prolific liar. So here's what the conversation was about.
Ridiculous.
Right?
Like, how do you even say that?
I was talking about how, when you're talking about activism, raising money isn't the most important thing because it can only do so much. There's other ways to do effective activism, like protesting, et cetera, working with Palestinian organizations. So I'm just saying, my point was not that.
But you wanted
hold the phone. Let me finish.
A virulent anti-Semite, and I've done all of those things.
My point was that, not that raising money is bad or dumb or pointless, as you erroneously claim I said. My point was that it's not the most effective thing in the world, and there's other things. It's probably like the least effective form of advocacy you can do. That was my opinion.
I don't think that's the case, and I don't think that the Palestinians that
What's not the case?
Those,
what I said or what I claim?
No, your claim is wrong.
Okay, that's fine.
In terms of the fundraisers not being important.
That's fine.
So we've established that you claim to be pro-Palestine, and yet you've spent all of the genocide coverage criticizing
attacking people that harass me.
Fundraising.
This is such a bad argument.
Creating, working with Palestinian organizations.
I never said it's not
doesn't mean you're immune from criticism for something else.
Palestinians from Gaza.
Hasan, being an advocate for Palestine does not absolve you of criticism.
Yeah.
Stop with the silliness.
Claiming that they are anti-Semitic. No, this does not. Because your criticisms are ridiculous.
I mean, that's kind of up to other people to decide at this point.
Your criticisms are in your own mind. Like, you have hallucinated an alternative
By the way, gaslighting, anti-Semitic trope, this is what dog whistles are. You whistle to other people, and it's subtle enough that you have plausible deniability, so that when you get accused of being anti-Semitic, you can call the accuser crazy, which is exactly what you're doing. You are a fucking anti-Semite, and you've been caught out 3 different times calling me crazy for very viable, very credible examples of anti-Semitism that you should at least be able to admit are at least not insane. Maybe a misunderstanding, but not insane. But no, according to you, they're all hallucinations. So go ahead and tell me why you're not dog whistling.
Yes, because people having an issue with your statements and with your coverage as a prominent content creator with a relatively progressive audience, your coverage has entirely focused on your own personal feelings.
Not entirely.
And a lot of misplaced paranoia from people who are
He had CPS and skulls sent to his house.
Whistle soundbite every time he calls me paranoid or hallucinating.
What?
Anti-Semitism.
You got a whistle?
Not the
What are
case.
you talking about misplaced?
I don't know anymore. And I don't think it's because of anti-Semitism.
I definitely don't like you.
Jesus.
Let me stand on business and say I think you're a terrible person and a liar, and I don't like you at all.
I know. I still wish you well. I do. I wish you well, and I really do.
I wish everybody well. Everybody, be well. All right, let's move on. You got it. You want any more? Call me crazy or hallucinating again? Is that all you got?
I don't even need to do that. I think you're doing that all on your own.
We'll see.
Is this a show to you?
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell me what is your evidence that I work with or talk to or have any association with at all with Destiny?
What? Destiny?
What? What? The guy that I talk about fucking obsessively 100 times a day? That is like basically like the Antichrist, the Lord Voldemort in my community? Yeah. You accuse me of working with him.
Bingo!
Knowing him, talking to him. What is your evidence for that?
Thank you for asking.
Oh, you're very
Not
welcome.
only is there video footage of you corresponding with someone in your Discord that literally aligns perfectly with Destiny's own Discord, offering clips for you to pull.
That sounds like a stretch.
You've also used clips that are unlisted called Hamasabi when making arguments about my virulent anti-Semitism.
Who gives a fuck?
From
I pulled a clip
link that came from a Destiny fan account.
So that's your proof that I work with Destiny.
None of that is relevant.
Okay.
What's
Because he
relevant
pulled
is
it from
your constant coordination with Destiny's podcast co-host Dan Saltman, who you featured on your context nuke. So yeah,
Did I feature
I don't
him in
think
my
it's that
context?
ridiculous of a fucking assertion to make, especially when
don't remember what it was.
considering the fact that you have been corresponding with Dan Saltman, and you did, and he is Destiny's podcast co-host, and the what does he call himself? The general of the Hezbollah, I think that's what they call themselves, the Taliban and the Hezbollah, their mass harassment operation that they engage in. So yeah, I think that is not a ridiculous fucking claim to make at all.
Yeah,
It's actually
Hasan did
insane,
watch
and it's
the
a really
video.
convenient way of discrediting me when I've never spoken to,
No, I think you're
worked
doing
with,
enough
talked
to
about
discredit
Destiny
yourself
in my
all on your own.
life.
I don't need to bring
It's
that
a
up.
really nice way of you. You know what? I think you're hallucinating, buddy. I think you are you pulled a meme from his subreddit once. And there was a guy in your Discord that's also in his Discord. I think you're hallucinating.
I didn't get any of those things.
You sound fucking unhinged, dude. Are you crashing out, Hasan?
Ethan, I didn't.
Hasan, are you
that.
crashing out?
I gave you.
Do you
I
have
gave
friends
you
who are
a
aware
reason.
of the condition and can help you get the help you need?
Oh my God.
Okay, Ethan.
You're delusional.
You featured Destiny's podcast.
I said he discovered
my
the
God.
IP ban. Is that not true? I said Dan Saltman discovered the IP ban. That's all I said. I didn't endorse. I didn't. All I said is he discovered the IP ban. Is that
He's
true?
talking about the Israel IP
Is that
ban.
materially true?
I don't think
It
so.
is. It is.
I think someone in Destiny's community did, but it's fine. Yeah.
So
you brought
how is that
up.
an endorsement?
Is he working
Ethan,
with Destiny?
Are you
Ethan?
claiming that
is this
you
what
don't
you
have
do
direct
whenever you're trying to
correspondence with
avoid
Dan Saltman?
Ethan? Hasan, are you hallucinating?
Ethan,
Hasan?
do you not correspond with Destiny's podcast co-host Dan Saltman?
I've talked to Dan Saltman, but also I don't think that that's Destiny, is it?
Yeah, no, that's just his podcast co-host and is perfectly
You
aligned with him and
say-
uses his community to brigade. And
I've
also
talked to
has
Dan pretty
literally
regularly.
tried to blackmail people in
Doesn't mean I
Destiny's
talk
own
to
community.
Destiny.
fucking care
for
because that's not
literally
Destiny, is it?
unearthing sex crimes that he did.
Yeah.
Man, you
Do
are
you feel
really
like that's a good
hallucinating.
person to align with?
I'm not
That you now
endorsing him.
openly admit.
I'm not endorsing him at all. I just said I've spoken to him.
No, yeah, you're not endorsing him. You're just getting
Have
information
you ever
from him
spoken to somebody
use.
you don't endorse? I mean, what kind of silly bullshit are we doing here?
Certainly. That
Well,
is-
there you
yes,
go.
I speak
Oh
to
my
people I
God,
don't
dude.
endorse. I'm speaking to one
Dude,
right now.
You talked to Dan Saltman.
Uh-oh.
You're fucking outed as a Destiny's best friend.
Ethan, you're the one who admitted that just now.
I said
You
I've
also
spoken with
brought
Dan
forward-
Saltman, not that I'm a Destiny collaborator, which is what you claim, which is an outright pathetic, provably wrong lie. And this is part of your disinformation campaign to delegitimize my points
Ethan's
without
completely
ever
right
having
about
to
my
address
advice.
them.
Ethan's
And isn't
totally
that
right.
convenient? You never have to address anything I say because you can just say, Ethan's friends with Destiny. Ethan's hallucinating.
Ethan, I don't
Hasan?
think I need to. I didn't bring up Destiny. You did.
Yeah,
and also,
because you lied about me for 2 years working with them.
2 years.
That's right. Hasan, listen.
Ethan, this is kind of embarrassing
Year and a half.
to admit, but I defended you both to my community and in general because I thought that you were a lot more open-minded until
What have we
pretty much
disagreed on?
The December
What have we
of
disagreed on?
2024.
I'm sorry. What am I not open-minded about? What have we disagreed on, Hasan, other than me criticizing you and your friends? What have I said against the Palestinian people? Go ahead. What do we disagree
we are
on?
disagreeing on is what you choose to focus on.
that seem
and
significant?
What
What
you
you
think
choose
is
to
the major
focus-
point
oh,
of contention here.
Well, that's first of all, I'm what I choose to focus on is certainly something you can critique.
A little frivolous.
But does
Hasan
that-
is
does that
using the Palestinian
justify,
conflict
like,
as a
lying about me
shield
continually for a year and a half
to
just because
attack people
you don't like where I'm
personally.
focused? That seems immaterial.
Lying about what?
About me being a Destiny fan, about
And for other
hallucinating,
people attacking him
sweeping for your
personally.
anti-Semitic friends,
attacking Ethan personally.
lying about context, saying that my video's out of context without watching it. Hasan,
Well, he just watched it. That's how we knew about
Take
the
your
Dan
time.
Saltman thing.
Do you feel like your video wasn't out of context?
Absolutely
wasn't a
not.
compilation of a 2-hour sequence of out of context clips?
You want to do this?
Yeah.
What's out of context?
Okay.
Name one thing. Go ahead, read the chat. Someone will send you on Discord.
No. I have it readily available.
Well, I'll wait.
Oh boy.
One of the major points that you made that I've seen through other people's coverage of it
Oh
so
my
far
God.
is
Just
that
say you watched it.
deny rapes happening on October 7. Okay? That I deny rapes happening on October 7. There's a clip of you when you first encounter that statement where you are actually understanding of my position until your wife stops you and says, that's inappropriate. You literally say, oh, he's saying the likelihood of rapes happening does not justify genocide, which you agree a genocide is happening.
Uncontested.
Ever since then, though, months later, you still chose
Her
to
name is
use that
Hila, by
clip
the way,
that is
Hasan.
14
I don't
seconds
know
long
why
out
you
of
refer to her
context.
as my wife. I find that a little chauvinistic, frankly. You know who she is. You know her well. You've begged for Teddy Fresh from her many times. So, like, yeah, you know who she is. You've written her
Okay,
emails
Hila.
asking for clothing. Her name is Hila.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so
yeah,
why don't you
that's
say
fine.
that? Why,
Okay.
Who goes, oh, your wife? Like, she's not. She has no. She's just like, oh.
I wasn't. Can you respond to what I
Yes,
was saying?
absolutely. With
Why
great
is it-
pleasure,
why
I will
is it
respond.
that- Why is it that
Because,
you
Hasan,
initially
that
understood
was
the full
one
context until Hila stopped you
Very
and
good,
said,
he
no,
said
no,
it.
no.
I'll answer. Would you like me to answer? That's one example of many. Seeing your response in the totality of all the responses shows that you do deny the rapes that happened on October 7th. In fact,
the totality of all my
in fact,
responses.
you had promised me, and I know you would never lie to me, that you would watch the context puke with me. So why don't we pull up that bit there, and we can see how out of context it is.
Boom. Do it.
Great. Someone pulling that, Dan?
Oh my God.
How you doing? I'm waiting for the link. You good?
Am I? Oh yeah, I'm great. I don't think this is going the way you perceived it to be going. But
Sure. I mean, you're reading your chat. Do you think that's the most accurate way?
I'll be honest with you. I was gonna be. I was thinking about being a lot more stern initially, but this has turned into the last conversation that we had, where I am trying to gently nudge you in the direction of sanity. and
Ethan, I
you're
want you
still-
to really understand. You're crazy. You're crashing out. You're hallucinating, my friend. Come sit over here. You know what I mean? Ignore the swastika. Ignore the accusations of working with the ADL with no credibility. Ignore
being a partner.
The tier list with fucking Ben Shapiro and Ethan. Come sit here. You're hallucinating. Oh, thank you so much for. You know what? Thank you, Hasan. That's so kind of you. How fucking genuine of you to take off the baby gloves. You fucking liar.
I mean, this is. This
You
is
are
the
a
baby
prolific
gloves.
liar, bro. Where's the link?
Oh God. This is amazing.
Just control F or.
The reason, for the record, the reason why I don't like to bring Hila into the conversation is because I'm addressing my concerns with you, and I don't think that it's appropriate for me to, extend the lens of criticism
that's a
to
little
other
silly
people.
considering you're like, well, actually, it was Hila who influenced your opinion, the evil IDF lady. Anyway.
Okay. While we're waiting for the clip.
No, I got it.
Deny the
okay.
violent rapes that took place. That is way beyond the pale.
Hold on, I'm grabbing another soda, but I'm hearing you. There is one instance in captivity.
Chair react.
That we have.
I'm not going to let you chair react to me, buddy. You grab that Dr. Pepper. I'll wait.
No, I said I'm listening to you. Don't worry. I was just grabbing another soda. Go ahead.
Beyond the pale.
Is that there is one instance in
Did you put a
captivity.
Hamas
headband on me?
I sure did.
There is one instance in captivity that we have actually gotten verifiable evidence on. Beyond that, the systematized mass rapes that Hamas dealt on October 7, not a single bit of that has been verified. And people still run with it over and over and over again.
Many young people who were simply attending a music festival, women were horribly raped.
I can't see myself, by the way,
As
if you're
I
showing
said,
my
earlier,
reaction.
giggling. You're
Israel
giggling.
had
It's so
a right,
funny.
has a right to
No,
defend
I'm not
itself.
giggling. I'm
sure are.
Bro, what rapes did Hamas do? What are you talking
What
about?
rapes did
The
Hamas
Stop
do?
Anti-Semitism account that considered me to be anti-Semite of the week has also been hallucinating rapes once again, doing rape fantasies once again because they're fucking mentally ill.
Hamas has committed.
That's something you go to a lot. You notice that? Call people mentally ill. Find that odd. Probably should revise that. I don't know if that's kosher for leftist values.
Horrific acts
I'm
of
not
sexual
exactly,
violence.
I'm not exactly doing a lot of stuff that's kosher for leftist values in general.
So you have no problem weaponizing mental health. I don't.
When someone is hallucinating, I think it's appropriate to say that.
By your authority, I will decide who's hallucinating. Hasan.
And girls.
Watch this.
Horrific acts of sexual violence.
Ethan.
Hasan, I am so sorry. You promised that we would watch this. I pulled it up. Now sit silently and enjoy.
Okay, but I got
Hamas
the point. You're
has
saying that
committed
you're
horrific
showing
acts of
clips
sexual
of me.
violence
You're showing clips of me saying that
women
someone
and girls,
is
men and boys.
This is unbelievable.
After enduring sexual violence. The deadliest day for the Jewish people.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th. Like, that doesn't change the dynamic for me even this much. So that's the other part of this problem that many people that can't contend with. Like,
I can't believe how quickly leftists go from believe all women to Pixar didn't happen.
There you go, Hasan. What do you got?
Pixar didn't happen. That's great commentary, by the way. Okay.
I mean, it's pretty apt.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You did actually, I'm surprised, you did actually show my findings on the UN committee report that came out.
The one that you misrepresent continually? That you fucking continually lie about the conclusion?
Report. Wait, what did I misrepresent about the UN
preliminary report? Go ahead, you tell me what it said.
The UN preliminary report was not an investigative report. Like, for example, the investigative report that came out about Israel's systematized sexual assaults that was 49 pages long.
Horrible. What a horrible thing that was.
Yeah.
Unironically.
Absolutely.
Just unacceptable.
The level of evidence in a preliminary report is only enough to actually create an actual investigation. The problem is Israel has denied an actual investigation to take place. Israel has told the United Nations that they are not allowed to do an actual investigation and to simply listen to what they have to say. Now, not only is Israel...
There are literally women who have said, I was raped.
Do you feel like the Israeli government lies?
Do you? I mean, all governments lie. I'm not going to defend Israel, though.
I agree.
You said there's women that come out and said, I was raped.
What?
There are women on the record, on video, saying I was raped.
Like you're saying, you're saying there are multiple women that are on the record saying I was raped.
Correct.
Yeah. There is, as far as I understand,
well, you should
one instance in captivity.
As far as you understand, because you don't give a fuck about the reality,
directed by Hamas.
There's.
Well, of course, that's
as far as you can conclude,
been one. You don't give a fuck about the truth. You just want to do propaganda. Remember?
Ethan.
Hasan. Please calm down.
Okay.
You're getting worked up.
I don't know why you're behaving in such a childish manner when we are actually talking about finally some serious stuff. Okay?
Well, okay.
Okay. In terms of the UN preliminary report and the findings.
So the women were lying?
Okay. There is a clear-cut lack of evidence for any forensic examination to take place due to the incompetence of the Israeli government and specifically the organization Zakah that spent most of its time in the immediate aftermath of October 7 taking bodies out of body bags and putting them into Zakah branded body bags. This was reported by Haaretz as well. They polluted the evidence pool. Okay? That's number one. Number two, numerous people that came out and offered eyewitness testimony have since then been discredited, also according to Haaretz reporting.
Which article?
Oh, jeez.
What's the Haaretz article that accuses victims of sexual assault of lying about it? Go ahead and link me that one. And by the way, while you look for that...
No, not victims of sexual assault, Ethan. I'm using my words very carefully.
Right.
Not
of course,
victims
I remember
of
you do
sexual
that.
Assault. Not victims of sexual assault. Eyewitness testimony initially provided that led people to believe that there were sexual assaults that were taking place.
Show me the source.
Were then discredited.
Show me the source. By the way, Hasan, while you look for that, I'm assuming that you're quoting the UN Representative Secretary General on Sexual Violence and Conflicts report, right? This is one everyone refers to. Now, are you aware how these kind of papers work? They do a very precise conclusion at the end that summarizes the main thesis and points driven home in the article. That's what the conclusion is. Let me read it for you. Overall, based on the totality of information gathered from multiple and independent sources at different locations, there are reasonable grounds to believe that conflict-related sexual violence occurred at several locations across the Gaza periphery, including in the form of rape, gang rape, during the October 7th, 2023 attack. Credible, circumstantial information which may be indicative of some forms of sexual violence, including genital mutilation, sexualized torture, cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment, was also gathered.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. So I'm gonna walk you
Are
through
they
this
hallucinating?
real quick. No. So you just don't know what words mean. So credible circumstantial evidence. Do you know what that means?
It means that there's, yeah, of course.
Credible circumstantial evidence is not a substitute for forensic evidence. Credible
That's why I said Pixar didn't happen, bro.
Not
You need
enough
rape
to
kits.
prosecute.
Hassan needs
Credible
rape kits.
circumstantial evidence is not enough.
Pixar didn't happen, right?
Prosecute
Really?
rape, which is precisely the reason why the Israeli prosecutors themselves have said that in the absence of a singular victim coming out, and also with all of the forensic evidence that has been tarnished already.
Show me evidence for anything you're saying.
What?
It's not. Show me evidence for anything you're claiming that isn't some unhinged freak on Twitter.
How do you
believe
defend
all
that?
women?
I don't know.
Hey, are we believing all women
also
unless
an
they're
article
Israeli?
that you can-
Right after October 7th Hamas attack in Israel, Zaka, the disaster victim identification volunteers, were among the first civilians responding on the scene. Zaka is an Israeli rescue and recovery organization primarily staffed by ultra-Orthodox Jewish volunteers, known for their work in collecting human remains for proper burial according to Jewish law. I think what happened is, a lot of what happened is that well, obviously you don't rape someone and then keep them alive, right? So most of them were murdered, and a lot of the forensic evidence.
I'm sending Dan the PBS article about how 2 debunked accounts of sexual violence on October 7th fueled a global dispute over Israel-Hamas war. This is from May 22nd, 2022.
Yeah.
This is about the witness testimony that was discredited. Okay,
but so even if one account was discredited, there's many.
No, it's not one account; it's 2 accounts. But the rest
there's way more than 2 accounts. What am I? What? Hey, Hasan, you know what you're doing? You're like, this girl lied about being raped, therefore all these women need to be questioned. That's actually what you're doing. You're saying Pixar didn't happen. I don't believe women if they're Israeli.
Can you point me to actual to victims that came out?
Yes.
Because as far as I understand, Israeli police have asked victims and witnesses to testify about Hamas and sexual violence in the aftermath of October 7. And it seems like their investigations were inconclusive because by the admission of the Israeli prosecutors,
show me evidence of anything you're saying.
They openly said that there were no victims that came out.
Yeah, let me guess. You read it on Haaretz.
You don't wait. Do you think that Haaretz is not a credible institution
it is, but
of
you
journalism at this point?
No, but you guys lean on that. You just lie about what it says because
What do
it
you mean,
sounds
you
credible.
guys? Who is you guys?
You and all of your fucking dumbass cohorts that do the same typical rhetorical tools to just say whatever the fuck you want without ever having to back it up or knowing what you're talking about in the least bit. So show me the evidence. Haaretz boy.
I sent
swastika
the
boy.
debunked narratives, and also here is the Israeli prosecutor Moran Gitz has acknowledged that 15 months after the events of October 7, 2023, Israel has still not identified any victims in which a case can be brought against an alleged perpetrator of a sexual attack.
They're all dead.
The admission is in line with a complete lack of any credible evidence regarding incidents of sexual violence, which is particularly notable when these claimed. I don't know what this is. I don't know what this foundation is, but there is news reporting on this. I don't know why someone sent me this link of this.
Do you think what is your point? What you said doesn't change anything. You're talking about. Do you think that they raped people and then didn't kill them?
You said that there are victims. Can you give me the names of the victims?
Yes.
I will. First of all, I am not in the business of denying rape.
Are.
If there are victims that have come forward in this process,
I will play it for you.
As I've said, there was an instance of sexual assault that took place in captivity, and it was not the systematized rape that was directed by Hamas, as the New York Times' erroneous reporting that did not meet its own standard, its own editorial standard, as a matter of fact, written by a person who literally was taken off the editorial board, taken off the actual paper for some of her insane tweets about Gaza. None of these, like, there's a lot of stories surrounding this, but I'm not in the business of fucking denying rape. So if you have
only if there's
credible evidence, please present it, and I will admit that I'm wrong. Give me the names.
Yeah. There's a video. Hold on.
Is the video from Screams Without Violence? Is that where you're
No.
Is that where you're gonna present?
No, it's not from that. There's one recently of a woman testifying. I think it was either in the UN or to Congress. She's sitting on a bench. She's talking to a mic, and she's speaking in English. Yeah, we'll get there. But like, yeah, I mean, what's your problem with Sheryl Sandberg's documentary?
Sheryl Sandberg has also been accused of sexual harassment herself, but outside of that,
what the fuck does that have to do with what's written in her documentary?
Her documentary is basically the unsubstantiated claims that some of which were directly found to be incorrect. But not only is it unsubstantiated claims, it's just a recycling of the same Screams Without Violence, the Screams Without Words article that the New York Times wrote that didn't even meet its own editorial standard. Okay? We're having this conversation. You seemingly act like you care about sexual violence taking place against Israelis. Meanwhile, one of the hostages that actually was returned in the early stages did get raped by an Israeli fitness instructor.
You know,
I have not seen you talk about that. I have not seen you talk about the Israeli pro-rape
crime that an Israeli did unrelated to the conflict?
Israel
Do you find
had
it
a
interesting?
January
There's something
6th
that I
style. Israel had a January 6th style
Yeah, that has nothing to do with it.
pro-rape riot where a bunch of rabid right-wing.
Do you think I'm defending this? Why I'm not defending this.
The prosecutor's office and forcibly with guns took out 6 concentration camp prison guards from the Sde Taman facility that had actually raped numerous Palestinians on camera.
Are you done grandstanding?
Footage,
Here's a
including
victim.
One that they raped to
Are
death.
you done? Here's a victim you asked for. Here we go. This is from. I think there was an even more recent one than this, but
just totally ignored everything he said.
Hold on, let me unmute.
Unable to move and had to ask for permission to.
Hold on. All right, I gotta figure stuff out with nature. All right, so XP gained. All right, after my first hour of doing nature, or actually the first hour of recording nature runes, 86. Does that make sense? XP. Sure. Okay, yeah. So after my first hour of doing nature runes, I got 17,218 nature runes and 86,000 XP. And then we're going to see how much that varies.
to use the bathroom. In that house, I was sexually assaulted by the Hamas terrorist who had guarded me. He forced me to go to the shower and entered the room, pointed his gun at me. He was breathing heavily and had a monstrous beast-like face. He meticulously planned his assault, scheming and waiting for the moment to have his way. He kept asking me private sexual questions while sitting next to me in his underwear, lifting my shirt, touching me, and constantly asking me when my period would be.
Sorry, just to butt in here. Is she lying yet or no? Is she lying or hallucinating?
Ethan, have I ever said that rapes did not take place?
Well,
at least according to one credible personal testimony in captivity, not on October 7, but in captivity?
Kind of, yeah. Yes.
Over.
You're doing it right now.
What do you mean?
I knew exactly what he was planning to do.
You literally
and yet I couldn't do anything to prevent
Wait, pause it for a second.
No. Listen to what she has to say, Hassan.
Ethan,
Hassan, don't silence her. Let her fucking talk. No, because you're acting like this never happened, that it's exaggerated, that everybody's lying, that Israelis are just inherently evil monsters that are responsible for everything bad that's ever happened. Listen to her.
Cry or to be sad.
Listen to her words.
I had no one to comfort me and was forced to act nice to the person who had just
Listen to this victim. Show her some respect, Hassan.
Horrifying way.
Oh, there's going to be another one.
That I don't think about what that terrible man did to me.
It is.
We were held in such
respect,
brother. That is fucking gross.
No person should ever be subjected to such brutal and
plug on this. Holy shit.
Now,
you really have no problem speaking over a rape victim when they're Israeli.
Dude, you don't give a fuck about rape. Look, what are you doing?
Now he's getting mad.
I never said that no one ever got sexually assaulted in
First
captivity
male
in the
rape
hands
survivor
of
of Hamas on October 7th.
I literally said in the video,
a man who was stripped naked and raped by Hamas on October 7th has revealed for the first time how he was spat on and humiliated as his murderous rapist laughed. The victim, only identified as Initial D, is the first man to speak about the sexual assault he and others experienced when Hamas elite the Nakba unit massacred, kidnapped, and raped innocent people enjoying the Supernova music festival. They pin you down to the ground. You try to resist. They take off your clothes, laugh at you, humiliate you, spit on you. Said the victim, who's hold on.
Okay, listen to me. Listen to my words.
They touch my private parts. They rape you.
You're not going through this in a dignified way, and I think it's very gross. What you're doing here is simply weaponizing a victim as a fucking prop. A victim that I also acknowledged.
Silence.
And you know I acknowledged it because you posted it in your video that you just showed me.
Here's the clip.
Reveals that sexual assault and rape was a regular component of the life as a hostage in Gaza.
Doesn't matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
Hassan, maybe you would like to call her a liar. Please, go right ahead.
You're doing it matter if fucking rapes happen on October 7th.
There are dozens of testimonies from witnesses, most of who were in hiding and heard.
Oh, yeah.
That's a lie.
Are you denying that?
You said, in the beginning, I'm going to use my words very carefully here. In the beginning, you said on October 7th, there were numerous victims of sexual violence. That you said, not me, you said that there were numerous victims of sexual violence that actually came forward. So I ask you for names of the numerous victims of sexual violence on October 7th. Because
hold on.
You're saying only assault that took place.
Wait, you're saying they have to have been on
that report. I looked at that same UN report and said that there was valid, credible, firsthand testimony on sexual assault.
I wish you had the energy you have.
That was not on October 7th.
The Israelis raping people. I wish you had the same energy for the fucking Palestinian terrorists raping people. I wish you had the same energy.
Because I can't invent rapes. You have not given me any names. What are you talking about?
I'm showing you people and names. What do you mean?
Yeah. What do you mean? What's with my people and names? I don't understand.
Of the victim.
If there are victims,
you know what? This is not going anywhere. Let's just move on. Yeah, let's just.
What do you mean? You can't just move on from this. This is a major point of contention. You have falsely smeared me as a rape denier when you yourself, the one evidence...
You deny mass rapes happened, and you're doing it right now.
The instance of sexual violence in captivity
I just showed you two.
that we know of up until this point.
Just showed you two.
You and I both agree on.
I showed you two.
You know that I agree with that. You know that I've talked about it. You know that I've acknowledged
mass rapes happened,
and yet...
not that rapes happened.
What?
You deny that mass rapes happen, not that rapes happen. Listen to my words.
Yes, I do.
Okay,
I do
good.
deny
Well, there
it
you go.
Because there is no evidence. And
I just
for
showed
the
you
record,
two.
The clips that you used, ironically
Actually, I
enough,
showed
the
you
reason why I
three.
say it's out of context is because at that point, I personally took a position where I said very carefully and very deliberately that mass rapes that are directed by Hamas did not happen. There was no evidence for this whatsoever.
4 survivors told authorities they were sexually assaulted on October 7th. Report. First-hand account of such crimes have been rare, as most
And
victims
not
were
only-
killed.
How does this
Hasan.
happen?
Report
Do you
follows
feel-
earlier
Wait,
testimony from a
wait.
man
Okay.
who said he was raped by terrorists at the Nova Festival. 4 people have told authorities that they were sexually assaulted by terrorists on October 7th. Channel 12 reports. On Thursday, adding to a growing body of evidence of the systemic sexual assault committed by Hamas. Unlike most of the previous
Why is
evidence
anybody
of
running
sexual
any defense
assault on
for
October
Hamas?
7th, which was largely based on eyewitness
Why is this
testimony,
even
the
happening?
Channel 12 report is notable because
They're a
it is based on
terrorist group.
first-hand accounts of victims. You can yawn all you want.
What is going on?
First-hand testimony of such
yawning.
crimes has been rare because the victims have been killed. Killed, dipshit.
Okay, Ethan,
They
do you
fucking
think
kill
when
them.
someone-
According to
do
the
you
report, 4
think-
individuals approached the
Do you think
welfare
when
minister
someone is
with their
murdered
account.
that there is
Sorry,
no
Hasan.
way to actually examine?
Sorry, talk about
Do you
being
think that when-
gross.
do you
Listen to
think
these
that
victims.
when someone is murdered, there's no way to do forensics evidence
Bro,
to actually
you know
conclude,
the fucking answer to that.
actually conclude
because
that that person
you know
was
that
sexually
Jews,
assaulted.
you know that the religious organization that is first responders that you cited has a policy of burying the bodies to avoid disgracing them. That's
Eden, you
what
just
happened.
said dozens of victims came out in that
I'm
article,
reading
and I
you.
don't know
What are
where
you
that article
doing,
is
bro?
from.
I'm
You
showing
said
you the
dozens of
evidence
victims
that
came
you're
out
wrong
in that
right
article.
now. According to the report, 4 individuals approached the welfare ministry with their accounts of what happened to them during the Hamas onslaught, which saw blah, 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 12, sorry, not blah, 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 but 1,200 people killed and 250 kidnapped. The report followed a separate Channel 12 story on Wednesday that provided firsthand testimony from a man who said he was raped by terrorists at the Supernova, where hundreds of people were killed. Are these all lying? There are 5 people here. There's
That's
3
a
that
lot of
approached
people to be lying.
The ministry and 1 man who said he was raped. Are these all liars?
I don't know. I don't think they are. I have
Okay,
no
so then what
reason
the
to believe
fuck
that
is
they
your
are.
point?
But from everything that I have seen, from everything that I've read on this, and I have read extensively on this, as far as forensic examination has been concluded, there is no evidence, no hard evidence of sexual assault. And I will give you a
just
clip
read
from
4
a Haaretz article
This is so
that was
exhausting,
posted
bro.
by
Uh-oh,
Lisa
here comes the Haaretz article.
How does anybody think this isn't
I
happening?
just
why are
read you
you
firsthand
discounting?
testimony
I'm
of
using-
4 people. What are you doing? You're saying that you're not believing the victims.
Ethan,
You're asking
it's
for
not that I'm
pics or it
not-
didn't happen.
It's not that I'm not believing
Where
the
did you
victims.
say-
I'm
where's their
saying that
bodies?
Since,
Pics or it didn't
since what you
happen?
have mentioned.
Oh my
since-
God.
You're
the thing
saying
that
pics
you
or it didn't
mentioned,
happen.
Okay,
right?
Since the article that you mentioned came out, there have been further prosecutions on this. Why have they not led to any real prosecution?
They're dead. They're
No,
fucking
that's not
dead, you moron. What do you mean?
First-hand testimony in this
they
regard.
killed all the fucking Hamas operatives in
You?
Israel.
I killed them?
What? What are you?
Why are you saying
okay?
you killed them?
I said they. Why the fuck would I say you killed them? That's insanely stupid. Are you okay? Hallucinating. Are you crashing out? Go ahead.
Maybe I misheard you. I'm pretty sure you said you killed them.
Sometimes when you're under stress, you can mishear things, but that's okay. I
Yeah,
understand.
I might be. My mistake. I have you on much lower volume because my volume is very low.
Okay, fair enough.
That's
Fair
part
enough.
of the
It's a
reason why-
misunderstanding.
That's part of the reason why I do ask over and over again what you're saying.
That's fine. I understand. I want people to hear what we're saying, so that's totally fair.
If you're saying,
are you done, or you want to keep going?
gaslighting, you just clip it and send it to me, chat. It's that simple. Okay. And if you probably
talking
said it
to
by
chat
mistake,
again?
even if you did, so it doesn't matter.
Okay, we done with this one?
Okay. No, we're not. We're not done with this
Okay,
at all.
Go ahead.
Because
I
you're-
just read 4
Because the
firsthand.
question I have for you, is very simple. Okay.
Oh, if I said you, I misspoke. That's my bad. By the way, I may have actually said
it's
you.
Fine. It's fine.
I apologize.
You misspoke.
I didn't mean
don't
that.
care.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
I just want to make sure.
Let's get back to the actual main point of contention here.
The liars. Pixar didn't
There
happen.
have been no rape allegations filed in the October 7 attacks. Not one. Okay? And this is from
So what?
Ynet. speaking to Moran Gatz, who I posted about earlier. Moran Gatz is the Southern District Prosecutor's Office in Israel. Okay, she was a member of the Team 7110, responsible for cases involving captured Palestinians in connection with the October 7th attacks. On investigations related to sexual violence, she says, in the end, we don't have any complainants. What was presented in the media compared to what will eventually come together will be entirely different, either because the victims were murdered, okay, this is what they're saying, or because women who were raped aren't willing to expose it.
So they killed them so they can't talk about it?
Here another explanation says drop site news that no rapes occurred. We approached women's rights organizations and asked for cooperation. They told us that no one had approached them. There were parents who reached out to organizations asking what to do if something happened to their daughter, but they didn't reveal the abuse. So the question I have for you is this, okay? The question I have for you is this. What am I supposed to do in the situation when there are no victims that have come forward?
4 victims just gave first-hand testimony. I read it to you.
Died, but there's no forensic examination.
Pixar didn't
there has
happen.
been no justice for
what do you think the odds are that people are getting mass raped by Hamas
on October 7?
What do you think
due
the probability
to the fact that
is?
The government completely ruined. Okay, the government completely ruined any sort of forensic examination that could have taken place. There is no way to actually.
Are you
actually bring justice to these victims? Your assessment on this is so off base.
Hasan, are you listening?
You think
4 first-hand victims.
Yeah.
I just read it to you.
Exactly.
Okay, but
you know what? You're right. You know what, Hasan? You're right. Let's err on the side of these victims lying.
Then why are
Let's err on the side. No, you're totally
Mm-hmm.
right. This is the progressive way. Let's err on the side of these people lying instead of believing them. Let's do that. And
no,
they're all
I'm
lying.
not saying that they're lying. I'm telling
Yes, you are.
My confusion on this comes from the fact that
it's not confusing. It's obvious. Most of this shit happened, were killed, and it's a religious part of this first responding unit that they bury the bodies immediately to avoid humiliating them.
This shit
all
happens
explainable.
even during wars between two nations?
Yes.
Yeah, it happens constantly.
If you don't know that, then you are like woefully misinformed, which just
dude, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Oh, it doesn't matter. There has to be a forensic examination.
Pixar didn't happen. They bury the body.
No, not Pixar. It didn't happen. You don't think that the victims deserve justice? What's wrong with you? You don't think these victims deserve justice? Why did Israel refuse an outside investigative committee?
How do you explain these 4 accusers?
Under normal
Why is he dying on this
hill? How do you explain these 4 accusers?
Or a third party.
How do you explain these 4
and conduct an investigation.
How do you explain the 4 accusers?
I don't know.
Okay, very good.
How do you explain
let's err on the side of them lying.
4 accusers? My information is more relevant because it's new. It's newer. Okay.
Okay.
I don't know. I
guess we're at an impasse here. I mean, listen, Hasan, we're at an impasse. Can we move on?
Something that I don't know about when the prosecutor, do you think the Israeli Southern District prosecutor actually did not examine the testimony given by these victims?
If you don't know what happened in the 4 accusers, why are you speaking so confidently?
Because I'm speaking
you're a liar.
About
you're a propagandist and you fucking hate Israelis. Can we move on, please? This is obviously at an impasse.
No.
Oh my God! I'm just trying to consider the audience.
This is
Everybody
so much better than I had ever hoped it could have been.
You have claimed
this is unbelievable.
That I do not recognize the testimony of a sexual assault that took place in captivity.
Yes,
that was false.
Yep,
do you
it was
admit
false.
that?
Yep, she lied. It was false, etc.
No. It's a falsehood that you claim that I don't recognize that. Do you admit that?
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
Can we move on?
Wait, so you're admitting that you falsely smeared me as someone who is denying a verifiable claim of rape from a first-hand account, and it's not from October 7th.
Okay. Yes, I'm smearing you. Can we move on, please?
Okay.
Okay, very good.
All right.
Can you explain this tweet to me? This is your tweet, and I'd like you to summarize it for me. Here it is. You said, go ahead, you can read it for me and explain the picture.
I can't. I don't know where it is.
So you can't see it?
Oh.
Okay,
yes.
okay.
Fantastic.
Okay, very good. I guess is just a little delay for him, Dan? Or?
No, I can see it. Bro really said my lived experience in Israel proper. Great.
What's the picture?
This is zone of interest. You're familiar, yes?
Explain for the audience what this picture entails.
This is Zone of Interest, which is a Oscar award-winning movie depicting the banality of evil during a literal Holocaust taking place, the monotony of the day-to-day existence, the beautiful garden.
And your implication is what?
Rudolf Huss and his family put together.
And your implication
in the backdrop, you can see there is a concentration. There's a concentration camp, Auschwitz.
Your implication
there's
to
a train
me
that
is what?
Most likely inferred to be sending.
This
Jews
is the
into
clip you're responding
camp.
to. Hold on. Like it's completely based on my. I actually don't know where it is, but I said we know what it was. I just said Israel proper, right? I said my lived experience in Israel proper.
Can you
explain
play the clip? Play the clip.
It's 2 minutes, and I don't know where this happens. If somebody can find out.
No, play the clip. Play the full thing. We have time. I'm not going nowhere.
Well, let me see.
That's true.
I mean, I want to watch it too.
Let's go. Let's lock it in.
I know
Let's
you
go.
do.
Let's see here. I don't. Here, I'll just play it. Oh, this is
let's
a
get
clip
it.
from the critically acclaimed content.
We're not eating snacks. I have snacks.
How's that working out? You think Ian's happy he made that video?
I don't know. I mean, I haven't talked to him about it.
I mean, he put out a really big video. I mean, I would be stoked.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're asking me about what iDubbbz is thinking.
Because you were in the video.
I mean, I assume. I mean, it performed pretty well. I think it doubled your video. So
for views,
it's not that bad.
If anything, I think it just means that more people are interested than me than you.
Yeah, no, definitely. I believe that for sure.
Very good.
I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people, some falsely and some for decent reasons, wants to.
Do you want to look at the like ratio?
Someone put you down a peg. It's probably the reason why there's a lot of people watching this conversation as well.
Do you want to watch the
my God.
Do you want to watch the like ratio on this? Damn.
This is the like ratio on this.
That's correct, my friend. Here it is.
Wait, what? Ethan, play the video. This is also been reported even by your favorite. What is it? Nicholas Eat Oreos.
My favorite.
To be false.
Oh, Nicholas D. Oreo.
The dislike.
Right.
Let's watch
Eat Oreos.
Let's just watch.
Why am I arguing on behalf of Ian's the video's performance? I don't give a fuck. Come on, play the video, dude. Come on, Jesus Christ. Play the fucking clip.
I mean, it is ironic that he came and did this whole show of doing it with you. And
I'm gonna pee so bad. I'll be right back.
Just completely humiliated him. I think that's kind of funny and interesting.
Definitely
But I'll
made
play
him
the
look
clip.
bad.
Not on leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast. What I want to do is show you.
Are you not? Hold on. I'm sorry. His entire creator class is in ruin. The event is going to be fucking absolutely canceled. He's probably not even going to be able to reimburse most of the fighters for the time they trained. How is that not a train wreck?
Ethan,
I'm just saying.
I am not iDubbbz. I don't care about your petty vendetta against iDubbbz. Play the fucking
video.
clip.
Guys, how I see Israel. Because
You're
you
in
don't
the
see that when you listen to Hasan and you hear all these fucking.
Cared enough to be in the video.
I hope you're proud.
Oh my God, bro! You have no idea what you're talking about.
He's now talking
I'm
about
talking
it on
about
his
Israel proper.
What I want to do is show.
And you're showing headlines about Gaza. I literally say in this clip that has nothing to do with the conditions of Gaza and the conditions of the West Bank, which I consider to be like apartheid. Like it's completely based on my lived experience of 5 years living in Israel. My lived experience, bro. You are so fucking out of line. You have no idea. How do you have the confidence to make this video? Again, I don't know where it is, dude. The phrase.
Show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that when you listen to Hasan.
Israel blocks, and he shows these headlines. Israel again blocks Gaza aid. Again, I'm not talking about Gaza, which I say clearly in this clip, but go on.
And you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking.
Israeli authorities block healthcare to Gaza. Again, I'm not. Do you think that I'm talking about walking around Gaza? When I say how great multicultural it is, did you think that?
How Israel attacked Gaza since October 7th? Not even.
Shield your eyes.
We never co-signed what they did.
Is that not the point he's making, though?
It already happened. I said it. Oh. No, okay, well, anyway, the phrase I said is that my experience in Israel proper.
What happened after that when AB chimed in, I wonder. Anyway, listen.
Who knows? I mean, you like to make inferences based on.
I'm just asking. I don't know.
You know what's so funny? You know what's funny? It's all on the audio. Go listen to it, dipshit. It's on the audio. You don't know what you're talking about. You're a pathological liar. You are a propagandist. It's on the audio. You can go listen to it if you gave a fuck.
AB and Olivia were chiming in. I don't know why we buttoned it. I'm just asking. You know, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal.
What are you implying here? What are you implying with this photo?
What photo? Oh, with the photo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's get back to the photo.
Let's begin. This is going to finally cause us to talk about Israel-Palestine.
Bro, just explain what you're trying to say.
By your own admission, there is a genocide that is taking place in the Gaza Strip. By your own admission, there is also an apartheid structure both in the West Bank, but I don't think you believe that there's an apartheid happening within Israel proper by your own terms.
I don't think
Yeah, okay. So do you feel as though Israel is somehow inseparable from both of these actions?
No, but obviously the conditions are different in Israel proper versus the West Bank versus Gaza. Like the West Bank has checkpoints, it has like different areas of zones of interest. People don't have freedom of movement. So obviously that's more apartheid-like than the main body of Israel.
Yeah. Don't you feel like you going to Israel proper would actually resemble someone going to, someone going near Auschwitz and being like, well, it's actually beautiful there. It's not that big of a deal.
No.
It's multicultural. Oh, you don't see the comparison.
Well, I mean, where Israel, you mean in Tel Aviv? So you're saying that
Jonathan Glazer, who made this video, Jonathan Glazer, who made this Oscar-winning movie, does see the comparison.
So hold on, your criticism.
He said as much.
You're saying
his Oscar award,
all I said was my lived experience in Israel proper. Is the problem that Israel proper? That sounds racist or something?
No, I think you're trying to present Israel as a beautiful multicultural land when it is directly doing a genocide across the border boundary. Okay, and also as an apartheid on a good day.
Yeah, I make a distinction for sure.
You can't.
I lived there for 5 years in Tel Aviv.
From the crimes that is happening 6 miles away, Ethan. That's my point. So
6 miles from where I live in Tel Aviv? 6 miles from what?
I don't know how many miles away it is from.
It's a lot further than 6 miles. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know how many miles away it is. That's not the point. It's close enough that you can see it. If you go to Sderot, you can watch it.
The point you're making is that everybody living in Israel is living next to a concentration camp.
Yes.
Okay.
So I said, bro really said my lived experience in Israel proper, and you're saying that I am a Nazi officer living casually and enjoying life as people are.
No, you're not directly a Nazi officer.
Well, that's what this says.
No, Ethan, you're taking it a little bit too literally. I think the point there with that imagery.
I had something in my gums, and then I got it out, and then I brushed my teeth, and then I flossed. I was like, well, since I got that out, I might as well brush my teeth. No, since I brushed my teeth, I might as well floss. And then I was like, man, it's been like 5 minutes.
Is not that it's a
Why
Nazi
did you choose
officer.
the one with the guy standing in it?
Well, I'm actually interpreting the work of art in the exact same way that Jonathan Glazer, who made this piece of cinema, interpreted it. The entire point is you can have a wonderful life as an American Jew in Israel. Of course you can have a wonderful life in Israel. That's the point, because Israel is a ethno-religious supremacist apartheid state that is currently doing a genocide. It is the entire underlying principle of why this nation state was founded. That's what it was founded on. It was founded on exterminationist principles of the indigenous Palestinians, which you seemingly agree to. So yes, if you actually think Israel is doing a genocide, then it comes across as rather odd that you would go to Israel to show how multifaceted and how wonderful Israel is.
I mean, yeah,
it would be exactly like someone saying, "Oh, you don't understand?
There, right?
I'm German. I am going to Poland. I'm going to go to Warsaw. I'm going to go to Auschwitz.
It's not the same at all.
How wonderful Auschwitz looks like because it's German territory."
Thank you. I lived in Tel Aviv. I worked beside Palestinians. I worked with them. I took the bus with them. I walked around the streets with them. I went to the restaurants. They worked with me in my businesses. It's not what people expect. That's my point. You don't see.
Yeah, that would be lying. That would be lying to your audience about the actual totality of Israel. You want to talk about my totality of anti-Semitism inferred off of like hyper specific narrow definitions that you have invented in your mind? Talk about the totality of a country that you recognize is doing genocide. You think it's appropriate? You think it's appropriate to go to Israel while there is a fucking genocide going on?
I mean,
by your own
you did a show with me and you consider me your friend, and you knew that I was apparently a Nazi officer that whole time.
What?
I said you were considering me a friend.
I knew I'd only be able to watch like parts of this at a time. And I think this is the time, this is the part where I stop watching this part. And we got a body cam footage. All right, we're going to watch $2,000 Red Bull heist goes very wrong by Midwest Safety.
See 2 cases of officers testing their cardio as they chase shoplifters.
Running on foot.
See 2 cases of officers testing their cardio as they chase shoplifters.
Deja vu.
Running on foot. Stop running! You're gonna get bit! You're gonna get bit by the dog! You're gonna get bit by the dog! Coda! Here! Here! Here!
Oh gosh. Yo, that was kind of cool though. He said, Coda. That dog said,
Dog! Get on the ground! 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 Okay. Okay, babe. Damn. Ah, he bite me. You're ripping me. You're ripping me. You're ripping me. Don't move. Get over on your stomach. Ah, he biting me. Get on your stomach. He is. Get on your stomach. Put your other hand behind your back. Put your other hand behind your back. Coda. Okay, good job, Coda. Let's go. You got it. Yeah, you just ran from.
He said, damn, it just bit my ass.
Police! Huh? You just ran from the police! Alright, get on the side. Hey, we're gonna search him before we even get him up. You got anything illegal on you?
No, sir.
Do you have any weapons?
No, sir.
Do you have any drugs?
Hell no.
Yeah, that's what they said was stolen.
A lot of Red Bull.
Yeah, they said it was Red Bull stolen.
A lot of Red Bull, as this officer says, is an understatement, as the amount will be revealed very soon.
Sir, you're currently under arrest. You have the right to remain silent.
But I'm under arrest for?
You're under arrest for shoplifting. You understand your rights?
No.
What don't you understand?
I can't hear you because my f***ing arm is bleeding.
I can't hear you. It's too dark in here. We're out of squawk.
Yeah, that's literally me. If I can't see, I don't know why. I think that's in my brain, but like if I can't see, like if I take my glasses off and you're talking to me and I can't see you talk, I have a hard time hearing.
What am I under arrest for?
Shoplifting.
Shoplifting where?
Right now, 7 Hills, where we're checking Armire. What's your name? What's your name, buddy?
Hello.
Huh?
You said I had the right to remain silent.
Yeah, that's fine. All right.
Is my mic working? Oh, okay, yeah, it is.
Roll over to the other side.
Don't let that dog bite the shit out of me.
That dog bit you because you ran.
Hell no, that dog bit me because you said attack. You gonna let it keep biting me while I was on the floor. That's all on camera.
All right, well, you stole Red Bull 2 from our Meyer. They got you on camera. All right, sit up. All right, just stay right there.
Hold on, my arm twisted right here, though, bro. Come on, crazy. Why y'all got dogs?
For people like you who run, they're way faster than we are.
Hell no. I was gonna stop. I just had to.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure you were.
I didn't know what was going on. Y'all scared me. You're gonna roll over onto this knee. 1309. Y'all might have to treat me for stitches.
We got a squad coming.
A squad? What? What that mean?
EMS.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's in the back there.
Can I make a phone call? Can I make bail?
All right, the second. First, we're gonna get your medical attention.
Please do. You seen that motherfucker bite me, bro.
Why'd you run?
Cause you scared me. Black man scared of police. My arm twisted like a motherfucker.
We're gonna get, just wait for the squad to get here.
So y'all follow me from somewhere to here? That's crazy. Set up?
Yeah, we're going to the squad.
He says, so y'all follow me from somewhere to here? Dang, that is a lot of Red Bull.
Do you think we could fit those in an evidence bag?
Could you imagine Sarah or Derek walking in the morning and just seeing this outside of the evidence room? Gives you
I wonder if you could ballpark what one of these 12 packs are worth.
They said their level's misdemeanor, so I mean I can't imagine this would get.
It's got to be at least $15 a box.
At least more than
got the entire back seat. Yes. It looked like he had most clothing.
Oh no, he got him good.
Did he?
Yeah, he broke skin on both.
Good boy.
So the second one.
Good boy.
That was more about us trying to get him under control. So I was taking Coda back as you guys were bringing his arms back, and that's why he was able to get a hold. Like you guys swung, like we were swinging the arm in front of him as I was pulling him off the first bite. But you got him good on the side, though.
Yeah, right place at the right time.
105 cases of Red Bull were recovered from the suspect's vehicle. Since each case is valued at approximately $20.99, the total value is $2,203.95. This suspect was charged with theft, obstructing official business, resisting, and receiving stolen property, which is a felony. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
Please don't take me to jail. No, please stop. You're gonna get resisting. Can I please talk to someone in there? Please let me talk to someone. No, bro, I'm not going to jail, dude. I'm not going to jail. Please stop. Please stop. Please stop. Look, please stop, man. Please stop, bro. All right, please stop. Please stop. Please, I will. Let me finish my. Oh, please stop, guys. Please, man.
Please stop, guys. No. What? Dang, that dude is gone. Oh wait, he's right behind him.
Why am I going to jail? I don't get it. This ain't fair. I didn't do nothing wrong. Please, guys, please stop. I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't do nothing wrong, bro.
It's always like, I didn't do anything wrong. Then why are you on the ground getting arrested?
I didn't do nothing wrong. Give us a hand. I'm sorry. We're gonna have a reaction. I can't stop.
Quit moving.
I do it. I'm not trying to. I just freak out. I PTSD bad. I can't go to jail.
Well, you're going now. Shut up.
Oh my God, please don't do this to me. Like, I can't believe you're putting me in jail over a criminal trespass. I didn't even know I had. I'm really sorry.
Be quiet.
What are you looking for? I'm not gonna fight you no more, honey. I'm sorry. I should have never done it in the first place. I know. But for criminal trespassing, like, I really do. I'm sorry. You don't have to do that. I'm not gonna do nothing stupid anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I do have to hold on to you because you ran.
No, I know that. Look, I'm saying that we don't have to. I'm really done. I'm sorry.
You're staying down here.
Okay, I didn't know what you want me to do. I'm hurting.
Well, yeah, no, because you got tased.
I taste metal.
Are you good?
Oh, I think there's one in me somewhere.
He's metal.
Well, stop moving. Lay back. Did you get him on the back? Okay. Lay on your side.
I didn't even know they arrested people for such a thing.
What?
What's going on?
No, you're good. Picked the wrong guy to run on.
You get him? I mean, obviously you got him, but... Can you issue trespass?
He's already trespassed. Like, you guys are arresting me for a criminal trespass I didn't know I had.
Well, right now we're arresting you for resisting as well.
So you're going to arrest me for resisting after being arrested for something I didn't even do?
So either way, you're going to jail.
That's ridiculous. I have to sit up, ma'am. I have to.
Right, but you're not standing up.
That's fine. I have to sit up. I think it's in my arm over here. 4 PD, can you call Connie and get a dog out here?
Scoot over this way.
I can't.
Just scoot your... No.
Look, I'm just going to move over and then I'll sit right back down for you, see? I'm not going to run.
Sit on your butt, not your knees.
I can't. My body hurts too much.
Yes, sit on your butt, not your knees. You can move.
Please,
can move just
please
fine.
don't let me sit like this. It's the most comfortable position I have. I'm not running on you. I'm done with that.
He's like, please.
I should have never took off. I know that. And it's my huge mistake, okay?
Yeah, it was a mistake.
It was me going to jail for no reason.
You're going to jail now for resisting?
I know, because I'm resisting to something I didn't even know I was doing wrong. Hey, he's over there. He's over there. Squad's on scene now. I didn't know I couldn't be here.
Well, if you didn't know, you could have said that in court.
Why is he not supposed to be? Oh, he probably got banned from Walmart.
What's that matter?
Because they would have heard you out.
They should still hear me out.
Yeah,
look, I had
they would've.
PTSD. Listen, I had PTSD. Okay?
All right.
That's what I do. Bad.
All right, well, we're not making excuses for anybody.
I'm not making an excuse, but I'm telling you that's why I took off. I got to the hospital.
You want a Band-Aid? Not sure if the other one.
No. I'm going to check him real quick, make sure he's got nothing on him. I don't want any dope in your guys' squad. Because I'm pretty sure it's probably on him. So I took off on me. I don't have any drugs on me. I just need you to clean them up. I don't have drugs on me. Okay. I don't. I promise you I don't. All right, let me see your socks. Okay, here. Go ahead. Baby, I don't have drugs, man. I'm telling you I don't.
Do you take any medications every day?
No.
Do you use anything?
No. Where do you have PTSD from? From prison. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really can't believe, like, they're going to send me to jail for something I didn't do. Well, early this morning, last night, whatever you call it. But yeah, I don't have nothing on me. Right. I appreciate it. I have nothing. I need to go to the hospital. I need to go. Why? I need to go out to the You're going to jail, dude. I understand. We're not playing the incarceratus bullshit. I don't care. I need to go out to the hospital. For what, Nate? But I need to. I just ran. I got tased. I need to go to the hospital. My body hurts. All they taste is metal. Like, please take me to the hospital. They can clear you. Let me get checked out. They can clear you. Nick, I really need to go to the hospital. Hey, you're not going to the hospital. Look, my heart is pounding. Like, because you just ran. I know, but I'm freaking hurt. Please take me to the hospital. I got tased.
Yes. Okay, so this started because you passed him a few times?
Yep,
Were you, like...
No, I wasn't
inspecting
even
him?
I was not.
Okay.
I literally was not. I can go pull up cameras.
Sure.
I was literally with my phone, my AirPod, and talking to another AP.
He threatened to like take you out in the parking lot?
Yeah, he was like, come on the parking lot, tough guy, like all this other stuff. Just
okay.
I know.
No drugs were found in the suspect's vehicle during the search. For this incident, this suspect was charged with resisting, criminal trespass, and theft. Interestingly, just 13 days after this incident, he was arrested again on charges for drug trafficking and contempt of court, likely referring
for drug trafficking. Jeez.
to him violating a court order from his first incident. He is innocent unless proven guilty in a court of law.
So we have 2 quick but interesting calls today, and both show male suspects making decisions that they probably didn't think through too well. And I've always been interested on how the criminal mind works, and with all the arrests that I've had, I found myself scratching my head thinking, why would you do that? And that's probably why my stress level has always been higher than it should have been. Now in our first call today, guys, right from the jump, we get a view of a suspect who truly believed that he could outrun a police dog. But he learned 2 things pretty quick: that Red Bull doesn't actually give you wings, and that Coda the Canine isn't just a normal dog, because that grip was vicious. Now, police dogs are highly trained dogs that will fiercely protect their officer handlers. Now, in Philadelphia, police dogs are tools that canine officers may use to effect an arrest when physical resistance to that arrest is met by the officer. And of course, the use of a canine does count as a use of force. But that was definitely a first for me, not hearing your rights because your arm is bleeding, and also seeing the amount of Red Bull that was in that car. And keep in mind, with shoplifting, the punishments do become more serious as the value of the stolen property increases. So obviously someone possibly can catch a felony charge from shoplifting. Now in our last case, guys, we see something that I've literally seen a lot of, a suspect crying like a baby while still trying to get away from the police. But he did learn the hard way that tears won't stop you from getting apprehended, because the suspect was fast. The officers were faster, but the taser was the fastest. Now the suspect was arrested without further incident, but to see a grown man cry and whine like that, in my opinion, and please don't judge me guys, that should be against the law. Now this all started over a criminal trespass, but now he can add resisting arrest to that. And it's absolutely crazy to me how many people get more charges because they decided to run and then realize later how dumb the decision was. And I know this because when I was a younger officer, foot pursuits were my specialty. But lastly, when guys like these in the video footage run and think they can outrun cops, canines, and everything at the department's disposal, all it will bring is more expensive court costs and more dramatic body camera footage. If they like it, I love it. Guys, be safe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Wow.
So apparently, Big Balls has been exposed. Let's see him.
Here's the interview with Elon Musk and the rest of the Doge crew. We finally asked the one question on our mind. Who's Big Balls?
It's me. That should be obvious.
Why do they call you Big Balls?
I just said it as my LinkedIn username.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Well,
there he is. Yep. Everybody was reporting on him, having opinions on him, everything like that. Yep. There he is. And he's right there at the White House. This guy is the executioner of these fucking federal government 20-year bad performance garbage employees. He is their reckoning.
people on LinkedIn take themselves like super seriously.
Yeah.
And they're pretty adverse to risk.
Exactly. You want to know who takes themselves super seriously? A bunch of tone policing Karens. A bunch of annoying, obnoxious, tone policing Karens that complain about everything. That age is over. We are sick of those annoying fucking people ruining our fun.
And I was like, well, I want to be neither of those things.
Yeah.
So I said it, and honestly, I didn't even think anyone would notice.
And you can see, by the way, it is a total fucking sausage fest. It is all guys. This is the age of the chuds. That's right. We're here. Right now. We don't have to think about it. We don't have to hope for it. It's happened.
Yeah.
So what do you
LinkedIn
do?
is so cringe.
And the best part about this now is that guys can finally make stupid jokes like this, and it doesn't matter anymore. Oh, I'm so glad.
What does Big Balls do?
Right now, I'm working on some payment computer stuff. So one of our initiatives is to root out fraud and waste.
Yeah.
And to do that, we started looking at the payment computers. And as mentioned earlier, like there is no accounting of what payments actually go to in the payment
Why?
computer. So like you look at a specific line item, like $20 million, and you're like, okay, well, what is this money going to? And for the majority of payment systems, it's like, well, we don't really know. And yeah, like what?
In my opinion, I think that if you don't really know where that payment went to, can you at least figure out who made the payment and who authorized it, and then audit that person and their close friends? Because that's what you should do. You should pull their tax returns and figure out where that money's going. Because I think you can reverse engineer this. Great idea. Seems simple enough. Yeah, I mean, as I said, they could pay me, bro. Any scam, any bullshit, for like, there's some of the new ones that I don't know, but I know the guys that do know them. And so I could figure it out.
That would be the response.
Is this the most basic responses?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the most common response.
What do you say when people just say, I don't know?
Well, it's a huge cause for concern because, like, the upstream thing, which is distributing the money, literally has no checks and no accountability to the actual American taxpayer. So it's a huge vector for fraud, waste, and abuse.
Do these people not respect taxpayer money?
Bro, Jesse's asking, like, bro, this is the most leading question that I've ever seen in my entire life.
I mean, there's no incentive to if you work in the government. I think the incentives will always decide the outcomes.
Yes. Do you guys feel like you're putting yourself at risk by doing this because you're
100%.
stirring up
He's right.
so much hostility by these people ripping us off?
100%.
Yeah, of course.
Well, we don't need to speculate about that. You can see online in the protests.
It's a bunch of hoes mad. No, you can see that immediately. It's so easy to find out.
But they make that very clear. I mean, I've been hanged in effigy many times.
Yes.
And there have been people that have actively advocated at these violent protests for my death, and have also advocated for the death of
they would have all
the people at Doge.
Exactly. Yeah, he was going to say it. Yeah, they dox them. They spread around their information. They were doing everything. And keep in mind, there is only one reason to spread a person's personal information. It's to make them afraid for their life that somebody might take that information and act on it in a way that could directly jeopardize their life. That's the reason why. That's the only reason for doing it. It's to intimidate and theoretically put somebody's life in danger.
I think the young folks of us have gotten hate mail, threats from reporters and the public alike. I think, speaking for myself, I dropped.
Post them. Post them. If you've received a threat from a reporter, post it. Show it.
Out of Harvard and came here to serve my country, and it's been unfortunate to see,
And by the way, not only would I post it, I'd audit the reporter. I would. Why are you so unhappy about this money being discovered? Well, let's find out.
Lost friendships. Most of campus hates me now. But I think fundamentally, I hope people realize through conversations like this that reform is genuinely needed. And
the Doge member dropped out of Harvard.
If there's one, I think this is important to say, if there's one group of people who really have a shot of success, it's the people here. They're up until 2 a.m. Monday through Sunday. Doge does not recognize weekends. We're working all the time.
What inspired you to drop out of Harvard to do this?
Because you've grown up your entire life just like every other kid, and you've seen your entire country be sold out for foreign interests, foreign wars, and foreign companies. And you're finally fucking tired of it. And you're a goddamn American, and it's time to start acting like it. That's why.
There's a lot of reform that's needed. I think the value of this and the impact here is so much more vast than anything you could learn in a classroom doing computer science.
It's a good point, too.
And you guys are sleeping here, I'm hearing.
Yeah, sure.
You guys are up all night. You have this meeting at 10 o'clock every Wednesday?
We'll probably go back to work right after this.
Yeah.
You're going back to work after this?
Yes.
Right.
It's almost 11 o'clock.
So that's early.
It's early? Can I go to bed?
Yeah, I mean, bro, like, were you never in, like, college? Yeah, 11 o'clock is early. Yeah, these guys probably go to bed at, like, 4 or 5 in the morning. They sleep till noon. They get up. They probably DoorDash McDonald's to the White House, and then they keep going. That's what you do. Yeah.
It's an incredible work ethic. You guys should be really, really proud of yourself. Do good people come up to you and say thank you for doing what you're doing?
Absolutely. There are people in the State Department that will stop you, or all of the agencies that we've been to, that'll stop you in the hallways or write emails and say, I was scared to write this, or I don't know if you're interested in this. But they usually have great ideas. And if they often have the best ideas because they've worked in the places and they've been stifled by the bureaucracy for so many years. So one of the great things that, at least in my experience, and we listen to them and empower them.
So yes, in fact, I'd like to emphasize that because we'd like to just give a big thank you to all the government employees who are helping reduce the waste and fraud, because this is, we really couldn't do it without you. So
it's a group effort.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm not trying to sort of say all government employees are bad. That's absolutely not the case. It's just that, there actually just does need to be a serious effort to reduce the waste and fraud. And we're just making that happen. And a lot of people in the government are very glad to see it happen.
I think it's really important.
You've got to imagine like the complete Karen annihilation of finding out that a bunch of basically crazy chud teenagers are now working at the government and they're shutting everything down. Like, bro, this is like a total federal government worker Karen. This is like a total rapture for them. Yeah, this is their worst nightmare. Yeah, the frat bros just coming to shut them fucking down.
To recognize every single person around this table that's embedded within an agency is supporting that agency, whether they're working on systems or working through people. We are encountering droves of government employees who are missionaries, not mercenaries, who are...
Yeah, that's definitely true. Doge literally cut my summer school program I was going to teach at. I agree that there is waste, but what the fuck is designing education to low socio and economic students do and giving them equal opportunities? The reason why a lot of things get shut down isn't necessarily because of what they are. It's how they're appropriated and what that appropriation is. And so, like, if you have a system and the system has a good function, but it's being utilized in